A modern military strike doesn't require a single bomb or physical weapon. Today, entire economies can be paralyzed with keystrokes. A foreign power can have its central bank assets instantly frozen and completely wiped from the international financial grid. The United States actively deploys these tactics. By weaponizing SWIFT, the messaging network used to authorize payments, the U.S. can black out a rival's economy overnight. How exactly is it mechanically possible for a single government to control a kill switch for another sovereign nation? This degree of control is a direct consequence of the dollar's role as the world's reserve currency, a reality that is currently forcing rival nations to rethink their own financial safety. To understand how we got here, we have to look back to the wreckage of World War II. International trade was stalled, and countries needed a stable, universally accepted medium of exchange to rebuild. Look closely at this gathering of international delegates at the 1944 Bretton Woods Conference. At this moment, the global community formally agreed to peg their national currencies to the stability of the US dollar. This comparative chart illustrates the sheer volume of global trade settled in US dollars during the late 20th century. American financial dominance grew through the rise of the petrodollar system and the unmatched depth of U.S. capital markets. Foreign nations aggressively adopted this dollar standard out of necessity to guarantee their own post-war recovery. That era transformed the U.S. dollar from a national currency into the standard unit of account for nearly all global commerce. To physically route all those trillions of dollars in global trade, the world relies on SWIFT. It functions as deeply embedded invisible plumbing for international finance. For decades, foreign powers universally utilized this dollar-backed architecture because they trusted it. They viewed the system as a strictly neutral, non-political utility. That perception shifted the moment the U.S. government started actively leveraging this neutral plumbing network to enforce its own foreign policy and execute asset freezes. The mechanical reality is severe. If you freeze dollar reserves at the central bank level, you instantly choke a target nation's ability to import basic goods, secure necessary medicine, or fund a military apparatus. Transforming this global infrastructure into an instrument of statecraft changed the calculation for every nation holding dollars outside its own borders. You can see the immediate reaction taking shape in this photo of 5 world leaders at the recent BRICS summit. Rival economic blocs are actively organizing a response. These nations watched as hundreds of billions in sovereign assets were frozen in a single weekend, demonstrating that no matter how much a country saves, the U.S. can revoke access to it instantly. As a direct defensive strategy, these foreign capitals are aggressively accelerating de-dollarization talks and building completely parallel, non-dollar payment networks. Look at these physical British pound sterling banknotes. They serve as a macro reminder of historical precedent. Reserve currencies always face decline when international confidence wanes. The same financial dominance that gave the United States its global reach may have, by being deployed as a weapon, created the exact conditions for its own replacement.